Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Tea Talk. Well, Cynthia and I are here today on All Saints Day.
Yes,
It's All
yes.
Saints Day. Tomorrow is All Souls Day, the third day in this three-day celebration.
Which is when we'll be posting this. So today will actually be tomorrow when you
Right.
see this.
Right. Clear as mud, right?
Right.
So,
So Thursday night, whichever day this gets posted, we'll be doing messages here, but with a focus on contacting our loved ones, celebrating Dios de los Muertos. But first, let's talk about, are you in a better mood today?
I'm in a much better mood
Oh,
today.
good. For those of you who follow us on Facebook, Linda had a hard day yesterday dealing with some rough customer service. And it really got me thinking about how we deal with those things in our life that push our buttons, that make us angry, the people who just don't know how to treat people right.
That's right. And there's
Yeah.
a lot of bad customer service or lacking customer service completely in these days.
I think there's just a lot of rudeness right now. I don't know if it's because of technology, because we're all buried in our phones and we've forgotten how to talk to people.
Yeah.
But it does seem like people are a lot more. Of course, it's not as bad up here in the mountains as it is in the cities. But I do notice that people are a lot more shorter and brusque in their responses to people. So
I think overall as a society we've gotten to where we don't communicate as well because we are hooked up so much to the laptops and the phones. And
everything is 140 letters, right?
Right.
You know, we're communicating in little bursts, and so we forget the pleasantries of please and thank you and how are you before we jump into what our message is.
Right.
So which is of course what happens when we're in a situation like this.
Right, and I also notice too that when I make a phone call for any kind of service anymore, no matter what it is, they have a script that they go by and they're not willing to deviate from that at all. So when you have an issue that doesn't fall within that script,
Right.
you're up against a brick wall.
Yeah.
It's hard to deal with.
Yeah. So I'd be curious, how do you deal with people that push your buttons or make you angry or are not listening? Because it really does come down to an issue of
Right.
no one listening.
Where I got to like yesterday, I wasn't going to listen anymore either.
Yeah. And from what I've been seeing on Facebook, I think we're all going through, there's an energy in the air right now in the ether. I don't know if it's the change in seasons or planetary stuff. There is some planetary stuff that's a little scratchy. That is really making us all a little bit more on edge. So, as one of my favorite astrologers says, it's time to be nice to your fellow travelers and be nice to yourself, which of course means sometimes standing up for yourself.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sometimes it's not a good feeling when you have to do that.
Yes, yeah, but sometimes it's really necessary. And I'm sure when it was completed, when you finally did get heard, it did make you feel better, right?
It made me feel better, but it also made me really distraught at the fact that it had to get to that point.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Because it's not me. It's not what I
Right.
do.
Right.
And when you have to get into somebody's face or in their ear, as it was,
Yeah.
you know, it's not comfortable. But we are living in some very uncomfortable times all over right now. So it's hard for people to kind of accept that negativity.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that we talk about sometimes, and how to deal with people in our lives at messages when we do our message and insight nights.
And we do that once a month here. We will be skipping December. Tomorrow night is Dia de los Muertos, and we will have a messages night that we have a full house, so there's no more room. But our next one will be January, what did we say, the 14th, which is a Sunday afternoon from 2 to 4. So if you'd like to join us, we'd love to have you. It's very interesting. There's always kind of a united energy
That's true.
exists.
Everyone is a little bit different depending on who is here, what energies they bring with them, what energies are happening around us at the time. Each one's different. It's
It's a lot of fun. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes there's some tears, but it's very good. So now a lot of the time when people come and they have a question for you, Cynthia, you tell them in your answer, all is chosen.
That's true. That is, to me, one of the universal truths, is that all is chosen. And a lot of people don't like that answer because it does make you take responsibility for the choices in your life. Now, some of those choices have to do with more on the soul level. Things, choosing your family, the place, the time you were born. And we all chose this time because we wanted to experience this shift. I really believe that. So,
And even some of the negative things that happen in your life, those have been there for whatever reason, to teach us something or to teach others something.
right. Every choice affects other choices too. So you don't know that a choice that you're making now, what effect it will have farther down the line. So it's important to be present when you're making choices.
Right. And sometimes even you can make a choice that may not seem like it affects you much, but you may be totally removed from where that ripple ends.
Exactly, the whole butterfly in the jungle theory, and it's very true. Which is why when the world gets to you and you see things that make you sad, make you angry, but makes you also feel helpless, to remember that you have control over your own energy and that it does create a ripple. So if you are in a good place and you are focusing on the things that bring the vibration, the vibratory energy up around you, you are affecting not only your particular environment, but the people around you, and it really does go all the way out into the universe. So don't let your inability to fix the world stop you from trying to fix your personal world to be in the best place that you can be, because it really does make a difference.
So let's talk about your psychic abilities.
Okay.
So many of you know that Cynthia is a clairvoyant is what is normally said.
Right, yes.
Tell us a little something about that.
Well, clairvoyance means clear seeing. Clairsentience means clear knowing. And I kind of work between the two. I get sometimes pictures in my mind's eye, and clairsentience is more downloads of information. I think that I've always had this ability, but I didn't really recognize it that I was doing something different than everybody else until I was in my mid-20s and met some other psychics through some classes that I was taking. One of the things I truly believe is that everyone has the ability. Everyone is psychic, whether it's deja vu, knowing who's going to be on the phone when the phone rings, to that gut feeling that tells you, don't go down that dark alley, or whatever it is. That's your intuition. That's your own psychic abilities. So it's really important to tune into that and to trust that. And you can develop those. I truly believe that. Some people find it easier than others, but it's available, I think, to everyone.
Yeah. If you'd like to explore your own intuitive abilities, Cynthia is going to be with us on January 20th at our workshop called Soma Soul Spirit up here in Pioneer at the Vets Hall. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be an all-day workshop. Cynthia will be teaching us how to get in touch with our own intuitive abilities. And then also we will have some other instructors there. Cheryl Weatherford from the Yoga Center. Cynthia, this is Cynthia.
Yeah.
Linda Gunvalson and Kimberly Freeman. So you can find out about that on the website and on Facebook. And tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing on that day.
Well, it's going to be playing with our abilities. So I'll have some different exercises that we'll go through, each one sort of focusing on a different aspect or a different way to access intuitive abilities. Very fun stuff. We'll be working with psych cards. We'll be doing some remote viewing. It's just testing different abilities, because your way of accessing information could be very different than the person sitting next to you. So we'll look at all these different ways to see where your strengths lie, so that you have a direction on what to follow more to open up your own intuitive abilities.
Sounds like fun.
Yes,
I
it
can't
will
wait.
be. It will be. Definitely, yeah. My classes are a lot of play, so, yeah.
So you do readings in person.
Yes,
You do them on the phone.
I do, yes.
And I heard you say that we can also connect with you on email now. So
Yes.
you get that energy from everywhere.
Because there really is no time or space. A lot of people don't understand how I can do a phone reading, but whether I'm in person or over the phone, I'm basically just tuning into your energy. So it doesn't matter if you're across the country or sitting in front of me. The energy's the same.
So we'll be posting your contact information on this video, so you'll be able
Sure,
to
yes.
contact Cynthia.
And I actually am going to be running a little special on phone readings this month. It'll be $10 off, a half-hour phone reading. So if you want to take advantage of that, please do.
Yeah, sounds like
Yes,
fun.
we can have a reading in our pajamas and our tea, right?
And I can tell you from personal experience, this woman is the real deal.
Oh, thank you very much.
So thank you for coming into our lives up
Thank
here.
you.
And
Thank
we'll
you.
see you all soon.
See you soon.